You're on mute.
Muela.
I can see. I can see.
You got mute.
Hello, and welcome to Insaka Talk Show. My name is Nelly Matatila Bartholomew, and I am in the studio with my lovely, beautiful, scrumptious-looking co-hosts, Winnie.
Of course. Black Panther, this is how we rock.
Did she just go speechless for a second? I
I
didn't think
was,
it was
I
possible.
was trying to see myself like, what am I? No, it's Black Panther first. First, I need to bring it out.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Irene, can you tell us about your look today?
Because I'm still laughing about Winnie losing word. That's a classic.
Hey, man, that's night Makulandelanda. So sometimes can I have a Z from nowhere
Okay, well, my look is homemade
Mhm.
by Irene.
by Fuevene.
Mhm.
So, really, I just took my West beads and I put them in my head. Don't laugh. So I put my West beads in my head, and this thing, somebody gave it to me like 2 years ago. I really didn't use it, and I was
Mhm.
like, one day I'm gonna use it. Voila, I'm using it now. And then I used my white eyeshadow to do some kind of
The
facial stuff.
Kushikista.
Yo,
So
this
let
is
me
fun.
let me just cut you for a little bit. So ulenje bathu fwere chisasayo. Umuti.
Hey.
Mfwele kutoka kumuntu. So once I sweat sasa chiva mumusana. This is not right.
All right. Well, guys, we have special co-host guests today. And let me tell you, itanani achani
Danani is Danani, but this is
Wonderful.
Danani.
Seni mwe bantu pansa.
yeah, Italian call somebody and let somebody call
Call
somebody
somebody.
and call somebody because it's about to be hot up in here. Okay. So before we go much further, because we don't want to, these are special guests that we want them to be part of the conversation from the beginning.
Mhm.
Today's show is really different in the sense that we'll be having people pop in, y'all. They'll pop in and give us their take on what the topic is at hand today. So, without further ado, let me bring in your one and only, the fashionista, the diva, the influencer, Guys, Imwe. Are you ready?
Everybody ready?
Okay, we're ready. Drum roll, please.
Dishengoma.
Mainga.
No, Nelly. When you are like, allow me, bring in. Oh, you guys, can you see my crown?
Ah, you look so pretty.
That one looks out of this world. Scotty, I'm
I'm out of this world. I'm out of this world. So you're like, can I bring in the one and the only, the fashionista, the diva? I'm like, girl, girl, girl. Nani, oh, sha, 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 sha.
Mainga. Please, guys, if you're not sharing, share on your pages. We want you to be part of this conversation because and all the way from the sunshine state of Florida, we have the beautiful, the magnificent, the well-spoken Miss Matilda Mwaba Lucas. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. We have so many people coming. But before we get too much into the show, I want us to talk about why we are dressed the way we are dressed today. So, Winnie, Irene, which one of you wants to broach that subject?
I can do
The
it.
inspiration. Okay, I'll just say one thing and then you can go.
You can say it and I'll say it. Okay,
Okay.
today. They can fit to land. Fish me land.
Yeah, wait.
Ngatuwashilanga and red carpet panga namona malaya but ngatufuere obwamba ngatufuere fya muchinshi.
Don't
Because
go there.
this is good for all of us, and we are proud to be Africans. We are proud to be
Mhm.
Black. At this point around in time, I think I can say it's the best time to be African American. and
Yep.
just to be
When-
African. It feels good. Even when you're walking somewhere else, you just know if somebody asks you where you're from. Oh, I'm from Zambia. Where? I'm like, there, south there, right there. We have somebody great.
Yeah.
We have is it chef and other people who are singing. It feels good. So today we decided doing with our topic, we decided just to be we're gonna dress up too, but people only can see us up here. So that's why you see me dress up like this, because should I say, okay, I was once married to my ex who was in Ghana, Nigerian. So this came from them. You're supposed to wear it when you get married and all that stuff. I never wear stuff like this, but today I was like, hell no, I'm wearing it. It's mine. It's mine. Yeah, you gave me 2 kids, so it's mine. I own it.
It's part of your story. It's part of
my
who
story.
you
So,
are.
and I'm gonna sit. The reason why I'm wearing, I was gonna wear a chitenge, but I was like, you know what? I have my 2 kids. Forever forever they will be from Ghana, Nigeria, and then I'm Zambian. So I'm always gonna take it wherever I go. So I'll represent their culture, and it's the best time you can only do that. Not everybody if you're not Nigerian, why are you gonna rock Nigeria on your wedding? Come on, people, be like me. I own it.
Well, thank you, Miss Winnie. Thank you so much. Now you're not tongue tied. You said
He's back in business.
yes.
He's back.
Actually, yeah. So the inspiration behind this look that we have is we're trying to embrace the movie Wakanda. We might not necessarily wear exactly the stuff that they have in there, because those are like pieces that are out of this world. So we did our own improvisation in it. This is my fashion from my closet. I have no idea what I'm wearing. But nimfale sasa kumutu. Maisha sasa waichemo. This is ulungwamo sana. Ulungwamo sana tafaka mutu.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but you know what? The whole idea is to feel the beauty of you being Black, African American here in America, so that when people see you, they see the best of both worlds.
Yep.
That's what we're doing, the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. So, Mainga, can we actually, before we get to you, I think we'll save the best for last. Hey, Uko. Nansoni's our boss.
About the best for last. I'm like,
Matilda, can you tell us about your look and what inspired it?
So Irene told me that we'll be doing something to honor Wakanda, the movie. And I have a lot of African clothes, a lot of jewelry and so on. But I went for this look. You look like Mama Kankasa. And I always used to cry. I didn't like that reference. Even as I grew up, my mother would always say, "What in Mama Kankasa?" I'm like, you know what? I don't care I don't want it to be a negative thing. It has to be a positive thing. Right. If Mama Kankasa used to rock it, I'm going to rock it like her. Exactly. So I just went with something simple, nakatenge. I went particularly for this headpiece. I think our designs look more African, like it encompasses Africa, Yonse. Then for Zambia, I whenever I have a chance to be anywhere, I want to represent Zambia. So like things that are made by Zambians, when we look at, like, you guys are so colorful and I love it. It's beautiful. But one thing about Zambian artwear, natural things, we stick to the natural colors. Yeah. So if the wood comes out, we're not painting over it. So at first I used to be like, Zambia boring way. Can't we do other things like Kenyans? But then I'm like, that's the way we are. We need to embrace it and be the best of it. So I just said, just go with the natural. Mama Kankasa, look at Vishwa. Mama Kankasa should be proud, but hey, representing here, Mama Kankasa.
So proud of you.
All right. So, with that being said, right? So, Mainga, we want to know, you are a fashion designer. First of all, for those of you that don't know, Mainga is a Zambian fashion designer that we believe will one day take Zambia to the world stage with his fashion, right? One of the many fashion designers out there that we love and support. So, Mainga, tell us about your look.
Well, the day I found out that some of the great chef, Tio Nason, Mwaji, and all these other people were on a song for Black Panther, I swear I don't ever remember being that happy, because that's the song I actually used for my video in Manhattan. Like I'm in Manhattan and all, it was the same song I used. So for me, I've been a Samba the Great fan for a long time. Those are my friends. I've been there, I've been watching them. I'm so proud of what they do. And the very fact that as a people, what a time to be alive, because this is when we are finally celebrating the very fact that we are Black.
Yeah.
Before anybody else out there can celebrate us, we need to celebrate ourselves. And finally, we are at a point in life, we're at a point in history where we're allowed to celebrate ourselves. I mean, I love the fact that as much as we are from Zambia, remember that Zambia is a little landlocked country. That is, I always say this. I say, we are literally the middle of Africa. We are the heart of Africa, and not because we're forcing it. Like, you know how they'll say the Horn of Africa, like we are the heart of Africa.
Yeah.
And because we're the heart of Africa, we have a bit of everybody, which is okay, which is amazing. We have 72 languages. We are home to fresh water. We have the best emerald.
Oh yeah,
from Brazil, Zambia. We are Z, man. And because we're that, I felt and I love where I come from. I love the fact that we're simple tones. I love the fact that we're hardworking. We don't want to coat our crafts with other colors, want to leave the brown. I love the fact that typically on a good day when you want to look good, you wear a wrap like the way she's dressed, like Mama Kanka. That's a Zambian look. For real.
It is.
Like Zambian auntie look. Like that's how I know a Zambian woman looks. And for me, it's just about being a part of such a beautiful movement. And what a time to be alive. So, as opposed to emphasizing on what I am wearing, I'd love to pinpoint each aspect I love about what you are all wearing. Because, I mean, I'm always in this. I'm always in Black Panther every day. Like, it's like...
That's you every day.
You to wear Black Panther 9. So, so I love... I don't even know where to start from. But I love the fact that we are staying true to who we are. And let's keep it going. Of course, when we started with the integration of different cultures, we're kind of losing ourselves as a country. But I love the fact that now our music is being owned in the Kalindula aspect. We're enjoying our food. Like, I've not had Zambian food that's so great as the Zambian food I had here.
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And at the end of it all, that's all we need to do.
Yeah, you know,
most we can do.
It's interesting, Mainga, that you mentioned food, right? I don't think I appreciated Zambian food as much as I did coming here. Because back home, nifika penta, nafi beans, if you look at my diary from when I was a little girl, like, you know, you would write like your favorite foods and your favorite music and stuff. Is a favorite food, pizza and lasagna.
Chicken.
That was my favorite. Ask me now. The fresh fish, Muntwanji.
Carpenter, I don't know what Carpenter did to me, but we have a bond to chew. Every time I meet Carpenter, even if I vowed not to have chima,
It's like what they say, like I've never met a carpenter I've never fallen in love with. Like,
that's a new one. Never heard that one before.
Irene, that carpenter you're talking about is the other carpenter, not the carpenter for the water. It's the carpenter for the streets, girl.
Oh, I see.
Yes, that's so.
I got lost.
Today.
Oh my
What about you
goodness.
and Nelly? Nelly did not say nothing about her outfit because
Oh
she
yeah.
was so beautiful.
My you people. First of all, did you even see my hands? My
Oh
hands.
Jesus! See, I knew somebody's
Ooh,
going through that.
eh? Look at that.
Wakanda.
So
Let's
Oh,
not be
look at
ghetto.
her.
Hey.
yeah, there we go. There we go. So
Nice.
my look, I've had these pieces over the years. So first of all, I was born in Zambia. For those that don't know, but I was also schooled in Southern Africa. I went to school in Swaziland. That's where I completed my secondary school education, right? So some of the like Winnie said, the experiences that we've had will influence the way we dress, the way we perceive culture. And so for me, these are South African, right? I've had this, I think, the longest. A friend of mine from Cote d'Ivoire actually gave this to me as a birthday present, long time ago. And then this is one of the pieces that my mom and I we sell African arts and crafts. So this is one of the pieces from our collection that we sell. And then this one here in my neck was around my neck was given to me as a present from a very special friend who is based in South Africa. She's a Zambian based in South Africa. Tokozile, thank you so much, honey. I love this. Yeah, so that's my look, you know.
And you
You
give
look fabulous, but
And then the white, I decided to adorn. The white is really white in Africa apparently back in the day is the color of mourning. The color of mourning was not black; it
yeah,
was white.
white.
I
That's
don't want to give too much away about the movie for those who haven't seen it, but that is the inspiration coming from there as well. So yeah, that's my look. Let me fix my. There we go.
Ladies, can I say something about the dots?
Yes.
You
I,
got them
I love,
correct.
I love the look. So just a very quick story. Okay, when Black History Month comes around, we got to represent. And so I go to a church. It's predominantly Black, but not African American. We
Mhm.
have about 17 different countries represented, mostly from the islands, but predominantly Black. And when I started getting more confidence in doing my fashion and design and all that, I want to represent Zambia more and more. So I started painting stuff on my face, just different things. Sometimes I've had black and white lines here and there, and my Zambian people na papa, please me Facebook. You don't even ask Muchitundu. You ask in English, Matilda, where do we dress like that in Zambia? Matilda, what does that even mean?
Abantu beswamumo.
Yeah,
People
loving it. They're like, wow, you look great. This is so beautiful. This is so African. This is so Zambian. But the thing is, I don't know if you guys remember. Well, back Akale Kwale Mama calendars that would have pictures of Zambian culture. My father worked for BP, and BP was very good at having calendars like that.
Yeah.
So I remember there were people with nose,
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
and
yes, I remember
I
that.
can invite a few people that I know that do that. Okay.
right.
Yes,
So
I know.
I was remembering some of that.
We have in Gwembe Valley.
Yes.
When
The
you see
Gwembe.
the piercings
Yes.
and all of that, that's from Gwembe.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
you see the lines,
Yes.
what do they mean? Where in Zambia?
I know.
Easterners do that a lot. Even when we're mourning, remember we have that thing of pouring powder on each other. Why do you-
Yes, yes.
Mhm. Yeah, but my people, when I started doing that, Papa Facebook in English, I said, guys, write it in the language or inbox me, and it will be comment after comment. Matilda, where in Zambia do we do that? Matilda, how? What does it mean? They'll just say it in English. I'm like, guys, just compliment me, send a message inbox and ask me. But I did research sometimes, like the different colors, what they mean, red, green, and so on. So I started doing less and less of that. But those of you who are my friends on Facebook, you will see I have old pictures where I have name pen taffy. I mean, like bold colors, like the dots, they'll be bigger, and I would have them in different parts of my face, sometimes lines. But Zambians, please, for future, don't Don't question us, mu public.
So sorry guys, I know we are a little bit behind schedule, but this topic is interesting. I do want us to show some of the pictures from the Wakanda Forever screen. Is it screen showing or premiere?
Yes.
Yeah. So this was in Zambia. That is Sampa the Great right there in the picture.
Wow.
Guys, that was the look that she went for. What do you think of that look?
That's gorgeous.
I like it. She kept it simple but very queenish. You know, she's a queen, but at the same time she didn't want to like do so much. So the headpiece and the neck piece is the statement piece, and then she made it simple down there. I think I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
I would say there's some people that never do wrong in my eyes. The people that I've given a free pass, the creatives have given a free pass. So Beyonce is one of them, Lady Gaga is one of them, and Sampa the Great is one of them. I don't care what she's wearing. I don't care how she looks. I don't care if she's on theme, she's not on theme. The very fact that she is there, to me, I watch Insaka once I so I'm gonna be a big biased and say there's nothing wrong. She's done. She's an African prince. She's wearing a fancy headpiece, a fancy neck piece. And look at what she's carrying. The big
kashana. Yes.
Yes.
I like that. So you know, this is rapper Slap D. This is the look that he went for. Yeah, I know. It's for me. It's giving me the Mbaku try.
Yes.
Mountains, right? You look like the king.
I love it.
He has the height. Yeah, go ahead, Winnie.
Yes.
I love the height, the way he was dressing up, and he was standing very powerful. Like he owned the speech. Like he looked so good in it. Like, come on, I own it. I'm putting on the skirt, and I have this. I'm a king, and I'm gonna walk into your world. Yes, man, that is.
You know what I love, other than the look itself, I love the way the picture is taken. It looks he's standing still, but it also looks like he's in motion. You know, like as if he's in the middle. There's some fluidity to it, like he's walking, but he's standing. And I love that. And whoever worked that leather, if they did that in Zambia, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you know, everybody knows how to work leather and make it look good.
If I'm not mistaken, just by looking at it, I think I know who made it. It must be Mauritia Fashion. That kid is talented, man. He's amazing with leather. So if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the one that did this.
Did a good job.
I like the two color tone.
The black and the brown.
Yeah, and the black and the brown. Most people are very scared to put these colors together because they're both dark. But this came out very well because there's this piece that's different from what's going on down there. I don't want to talk about it, but it's very beautiful.
You know what? I like the fact that we're trying as a people. We are not sitting back anymore and holding a remote, watching TV and what other people are doing. We're getting in this and we're doing it. So for me, for just purposes of effort, like I said, for purposes of effort, plus
for effort.
Yeah.
So moving on, what about this look right here? What
is that Mampi? No, that's it's Melba and Papa. What's her name? Crystal. Okay, so the piece Melba is wearing, I remember it because she had worn it for my Vitanganivato 2019 fashion show. So I know it. It's a very beautiful piece. And Melba is my model. She's Miss Universe. She represented us well. She's the reason why Zibini Tuzi won, because there was such a beauty that walked before her. So for me, Melba does wrong. So I love the drama that the other girl is bringing, the leg and all of that. We need to talk out. So
this is not
I think the dress she's wearing, what's her name again?
You don't have to even mention her name.
Okay, Crystal. No, she has a name.
No, point. You cannot wear this and we keep on mentioning your name. It's not
Okay,
fair.
no, Winnie, let me say something. The outfit she's wearing is very beautiful, but I think the revealing part she could have done like a darker sheer
No, a subtle reveal.
or whatever that.
Reveal
Yeah.
type. Ngati wanati
Uh-huh.
koma seems
Exactly. That's my point. Yes. Exactly. That was my point. That from the belt to at least just by the hip, she could have done some kind of hidden pizzazz. Yeah, so people can still see the beauty of the dress.
And the silhouette. Like this reminds me of Jennifer Lopez's emerald green dress, where one
Yes.
side, yes, but
Yes.
then yeah. So it's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Question though, ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the next picture, the previous one, this was a premiere red carpet type of a thing. And these supposed to be showstoppers, like what you're wearing, and isn't supposed to be a showstopper and supposed to make you talk, bring controversy. I'm not saying that I would wear it. On my last fashion show, my model insisted to wear a cape without anything other than their underwear, and I'm like, you're not doing that, but they insisted, and people loved it. It was a great thing to do, but I wouldn't have allowed that. But for this aspect here, this is a showstopper, and it's supposed to bring controversy, whether we like it or not.
She did it. It's clout. She brought the clout. It's okay. She brought the clout.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, what about this one here?
I'll pass.
Whoa.
These are the PR girls. The PR girls.
No, I don't think that's the PR girl.
That's Dival. I like the other girl wearing a bag. I like what she's wearing. I really, really like what she's wearing. Like the one carrying a bag.
Oh, Dival.
Ngabat sote. I know. I like the hat. I just don't think that the combination of the hat with the beads and the dress.
So much going on.
No, I pass. Like I said, I pass. I have no comment.
Oh,
Denzel.
Denzel is a represent.
Yeah, what baby.
Enze colorful.
Yes.
The only thing about this picture, no, it's
It's a pouch.
It's a pouch on the skirt.
This is a guy. He's wearing a skirt. It's inevitable for him to have a pouch. I'm saying.
I didn't even think about that. Wow.
No, it was trending apparently on the internet that the pouch.
You know what? It's okay, Sembanava, but that's all right. And the mamuna, of course, if it's only a bindu. Sembanava, you know those underwear that's very strong, so that nothing pops up. Because even nice Kazi, we just talked about the other girl wearing naked. I would talk about him too.
Yeah.
If you wear something like this, protect yourself. You don't want to be showing this to people.
More like
interpret you because it looks misinterpreted because
Is this
Oh my God.
Let's talk about Nick.
I love my baby. My baby
Nick has the body for doing
grown. Nicholas has grown. Like I have seen this boy push.
I know.
The body for.
He reminds me of myself to a certain extent because he has been pushing for a model, like to be a model,
Yeah.
What he came on was that he was a different aesthetic and a different type of a model because he's like than most people. So he's worked on himself, he's worked on his body, and he looks good,
Yeah, he does look good.
Even the type of clout and the type of drama that he's bringing around himself is the type that, you know what? Truth being told, I'm super proud of him. And this, you see, but when Zokuza Madoti were Matilda. I am a doti, I go Zambia, smart doti.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this boy.
Yeah, this boy has grown. I'm super proud of him, man. And if there could be a way where we could find something for him here in the near future, that would be amazing. This boy has worked extra hard.
Was he dressed like that though?
And then the other thing, I'll say something. He's a Bamba model. So I'm actually
No, Bamba.
That
is a Bamba model.
Bamba model.
Really?
Okay, he can be a Bamba model, but was he dressed like that?
No. This is part of some of the act.
You wanted to go out, all out. That's you.
All right, guys, we'll be back. We're gonna go take a short break, and when we come back, then we get into our topics: misconceptions in the diaspora. Please call your friends. Let's do this.
My whole life, my father told me stories about moving to the United States. He would tell me that his brother, my Uncle George, was already living here and let my father stay with him for a while. Through my Uncle George, my father was introduced to our cultural organization here in America, who helped him make connections, apply for college, find his first job, and adjust to life in a completely different culture than he was used to. The Cultural Association helped him get started on his new life. My Uncle George would bring my father with him to the annual Summer Cultural Groups Festival, and later, he would bring me. It was incredible to see so many people of all ages laughing and celebrating with food and song and dance. It brought back the best feelings of home and gave my father the opportunity to pass his culture, language, and values on to me. My father and Uncle George were very close, so when George died last year, my father wanted to honor his wishes to be buried with a traditional ceremony back at his birthplace. My father told me that because Uncle George had cultural group life insurance, he was able to afford to bring George home and have the traditional burial George wanted. Though my father had been able to honor my Uncle George's wishes, it got me thinking about my own family. One day, I'd have to make the same arrangements for my own parents, and my wife's parents as well. Of course, we would want to bring them home and honor their wishes, but it would be a financial hardship for our family. There were a lot of things to think about, even though I really didn't want to think about them at all. When my father told me about cultural group life insurance, he told me it's intended to help families when they need it the most. It's not tied to an employer, so no matter where my career takes me, I'll always have coverage. The more people who participate and the younger they are, the more it helps keep the insurance premiums down for the entire association. Because my parents have cultural group term life insurance, there will be money available to help me provide the kind of service I want to give my parents. And by joining, I can put my mind at ease and continue to celebrate our traditions into the future. With cultural group life insurance, I can worry less and spend more of my time celebrating with the people who matter most to me.
Welcome back to the show. If you are just joining us, this is Insaka Talk Show. And today we are talking about the most common misconceptions about living in the diaspora. In the studio with me, we do have our guest co-host, Ms. Matilda Mwaba Lucas, who is the treasurer. You are the treasurer, right, for OZA?
Yeah.
But I know you wear many other hats as well. And we also have Mainga Sanderson, fashion designer from Zambia, but he's here in the United States on the show with us. And of course, my co-hosts, Winnie and Irene. Guys, this is an interesting topic that we are broaching today. We do have some comments from our viewers that I wanted to share right before we continue with the topic at hand. So I think these are some of the comments from when we were showing the pictures from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiere in Lusaka. Posey said Slap D looks great. Banga K says, hello, Queens. Thank you. Hello, honey.
Hello.
Let's see. Chitenge is a no. Why is Chitenge a no, Posey? Anyway, that's a topic for another day. I think she was talking about the lady with the body that you know, the
Yes,
show.
Babylon. In the Babylon.
And then Posy says Kapudula model. Okay. So guys, stay with us. This topic, we do want to see your comments. Make sure that you are sharing in the comments. Let us know what you are thinking. So before we get started, I want to share a video that was sent in by one of our Insaka family in regards to what they really think in response to our topic, right? And we'll be asking you as well. So, you know, what are some of the most common misconceptions that people have when you say, oh, Ndea ko America, or Njikala ko America? What are the misconceptions that they have, and what are some of the funny and weird conversations or topics that have popped up over the years for you? Brenda Chama says, ladies, you look beautiful. Mainga, you're always on point.
Thank you.
And Sue. All right. So now, on to the video. I will share this one.
And when I go to the US, I'll come and buy a big house in Zambia with a lot of dollars flowing. Perceptions. This is Insaka. We're here in Chicago in the US. When I came in the US, I tell you, I got lost for a good 6 hours, not knowing exactly where I was supposed to go. The address I mixed up and I just got lost. And it meant a good lesson for me. So many people have flown here, come to the US without any vision, and they have gotten lost. I got lost at least physically, but some people mentally and everything, they are lost here. Make your plans. Those perceptions here in the US, you find people who are hardworking. It's great to be here. For real, you find people who are here with no vision. They are hardworking people. Anywhere you are, be it in Zambia and Matero, my guy, if you've got a big heart, if you've got something within yourself to drive you big, you become big. But if you've got no vision, if you want the you take them to the States, you go wherever. No vision. I can assure you, you as well get lost and end up embarrassing your own country and embarrassing everyone else. Even though I ingira McDonald's, my guy, entered McDonald's, give me some soup and mbuzi kwisa. The perceptions, my guy, of I go to the US and become a big person should come to an end. It all begins with you. If you've got your big dreams, America is about people who are working hard. America is about people. Here you also have Wama junkie. If you find the junk, they are on another level, a bigger level. If you find the hard-working ones, they are on another level. You find the finished, they are on another level. Have your dream. Stand on at this.
All right, that was really interesting. He said some great points. Before we do that, I do want to bring in. We have another pop-in guest. Like I told you guys, we will have guests popping in and chiming in. Please welcome Dr. Kasonde Musoma to the show. Hey, Doc.
Hey, how are you all?
Good to see you. Hey, Mr. Musoma, how are you? Long time.
Very well. Good to see all of you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Doc.
So did you get a chance to hear what one of our viewers posted there, Mr. Kabwe? Is it Kabwe?
Mwansa, Mr. Mwansa. Kabwe Mwansa.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm so sorry. No, I didn't. I just logged in. I was having challenges getting in. I just logged in.
Okay. No worries. So for those of you that watched, guys, what do you think about what he said? Right? Are those right?
May I start?
Yeah, I have something to say as well.
Okay, go ahead, Manga.
He literally said the words out of my mouth because before I came here, I had a whole different perspective. I thought the moment I get here on the airport, I'm getting signed as a supermodel. I'm getting signed as a fashion designer. When I go to New York Fashion Week, my life would change immediately. When people see me, because as much as I am talented, I have the look for it. So when I walk in the streets and people are clapping, in my mind, I'm like, manja. But then with all of those feelings came a realization, and I'm glad I made it one too early. That is the American disappointment.
Yeah.
You know it, the American disappointment.
Yeah.
I think I had my American disappointment 2 weeks after I got here. I was so disappointed in the place, so much that in I remember once telling myself, they say New York is a city that doesn't sleep. So going out today, and then going up in 6 hours, if I'm New York, New York chimadida.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, at 2, were quiet at 3.
Yeah.
Kwatu isena imagine that hapa kwatu ngani kukalingalinga hapa songa cha. On that square. But I started realizing that it's a hype. We as people, we as Zambia can do the same for our country. We can create the same hype. And say, look, the city that doesn't sleep. Come to Insaka, come and see this. Come to Zambia. We are the greatest. We're the most beautiful country in Africa. We're what? When you come here, when you see the standard of living, you see, I'm talking of the basics. Which most that could be a difference. Whether we like it or not, it's the same. There's nothing special. The only special thing I would say is here opportunities. When an opportunity, as much as it will take time, but when your opportunity comes and you start making your money, you're making your money. But otherwise, quality of air we breathe, your internet, there's no difference.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Can I chime in? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Irene.
No, you go. You are our guest. You go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay. I like what Mr. Kabwe once said. It speaks in so many volumes. I mean, I can relate. One thing that I would say, I can't speak for everybody. I'll speak for myself and the people I've interacted with. Vision. To once have a chance where you discuss vision before you come to America.
Yeah.
I wanted to come to America. Chapwa. I'm going to America. Chapwa. There wasn't after America. Once I'm there, what am I going to do? Yeah. You know, can I get a ticket to go to America? I know I wanted to come to study. That was for sure. I'm going to America. I'm going to go to school. That was it. That was the extent of my vision. I didn't invest in researching of what's the lifestyle in America. What am I expected to do? I didn't look into what does it mean to be a student in the United States. I didn't look into, okay, no mbangana sambidila, what am I going to do with it? You know? So when I came, I was like Mr. Kabwe said, lost. You know, you are in school. But before I came here, Zambia, my options, I can't speak for everybody. It's the prestigious options where you become a lawyer, a doctor, or a businessman or something like that. The less prestigious at that time, if you become a police officer or a nurse, you know, those were the options that I was exposed to, even though I went to a very good school. So Kwisa Kuno, then you're like, I'm going to do business. But have I explored other career options? Have I explored what am I going to do with this business career? So you're here and someone is telling you that, oh, Bombako as caregiver, you know, but you're studying business and your friends are showing you that this is what you need to do. Then you go into caregiving and someone's saying, okay, Wombako has this and that. Then when you graduate and you're saying you studied business, but your career, your resume is showing that wale bombo. Then they ask you like, what were you thinking? What were you trying to do? And you're like,
that's what I was.
You know, but all that is part of being lost. You know, have a goal and say, this is what I want to do. If I'm going to study business, what am I going to do with that business degree? And what the work that I do in between, it has to lead up to what you're going to do, to your end goal. Not just because you're trying to make money. Do we want to make money? Yes. Do we want to send money home? Yes, absolutely. But the thing is, we are doing things that are not related, and it's also a part of being lost. But I'll let others chime in. So yeah, I wanted to say that immediately.
Well, first of all, I do want to welcome Priska to the show. She was unwell, but she's able to join us today. Thanks for coming in, Priska.
Yay,
Welcome back, Priska.
Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for ambushing me, Nelly.
Well,
I feel much better. Thank you, guys.
That's good.
You all look amazing. Dr.
do
How
have
are you?
Good. I like the piece you're wearing also.
Oh, this one. Thank you.
There's people looking like that back home, especially even in Black Panther.
Thank you. When in the closet, I was looking for something that looks like Black Panther. I was like, you know what? I didn't comb the hair. Let me try this and this. It has to look crazy. It doesn't have to look normal. So I can get away with it today.
Showstopper. That's what
Yes,
the crazy auntie in the movie. The crazy auntie in the movie, definitely.
All right. So, guys, I want us, we, like I said, we do have pop-in guests. Our studio can only hold so many people. So I know Dr. Kasonde is only here for a few minutes, and I want us to give him time so he can give us his take on what has he come across any misconceptions about living in the diaspora, both from personally and from like relatives. So for example, what are some unrealistic expectations that have been thrown on you by a friend or a family member who is not here, but because they think you are here, you should be able to do ABC for them?
Okay. Yeah. It's good to be here this morning, and this afternoon, and y'all look wonderful.
Thank you.
I just wanted to share how there's a quote that comes to my mind. And what that quote means is to remember to keep the main thing. I think that the misconceptions stem from a colonial mindset. I don't think what we experience is born out of people's just malicious intent, but it's that colonial mindset that we've had as a people that is way beyond us. When going back to David Livingstone and when they first came to Africa, and they said things like they came to civilize us, to commercialize us, and to Christianize us. And so this type of thinking has been perpetuated generation after generation. And so I think it's arrogant for us to even look back and say, these people are making such demands of us, because if we were there, we'd be doing the same thing, because it's a mindset. We just happen to be fortunate that we're not back there. We'd have the expectations of, an upper hand, a handout. We'd be hopeful that these people who've gone to the so-called free world would bring some form of liberation, and so I think it's in our learning system, it's in our culture. African, because I'm very that yeah, so I think I wouldn't call them misconceptions. I think they're very well launched, very implicitly taught ways of looking at the world. So I wouldn't even label them as misconceptions, but label them as a way that we've been told to position ourselves in the world that puts us in the place of an infant, if you will. Only an infant is always asking. And I think even our leaders, when they come to the United Nations, they're always asking, and so we will never have authority until we are the authors of our story. Even the word authority, the root there is author. So I think that's the problem is, when I think about it, if I was at home, I'd have an expectation as well. Now, I was talking to my sister here, Miss Lucas. I was telling her, and so if we're all honest, we've all had such an expectation at one time in our lives when we were back there, so it's a way of thinking. It's Bob Marley straight up, emancipate ourselves. I think that's what we need,
Wow.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. That's really true.
Wow, thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
And thanks for popping in.
You're
Definitely.
very welcome.
Wala shala turemiranda po behind your back.
Can I
But
ask a question to Doc before you leave?
When Bob Malta got that as Doc said, you must pet yourself.
But Doc answer this question before he leaves. Sorry, ladies, I know you're the ones who ask questions. What you have said, if that message, do you think that message can be heard if we had a chance to tell about do you think they will hear, or do you think they will look at it like, I'm jealous, you just don't want me to come there. You don't want me to.
The problem is the problem ni fuevo. Kadi wansa mstanga mula Zambia mwakongora mwashitefe akulefea kwa refi pia. Mwankuiranga, you know? Wala bantu wale mwana choko mufumino fo chava. So mwe kini mwe fwe wale kile. Mwe fwala kwa makaptura nefe afwala fefe abafe ordinary. Not that mwayakongora mwafwala mwe kachuka mufumine. So we're the ones who are actually perpetuating the story. And then we go back and we buy everybody rounds at the bar, and yet, you know, it's on credit, you know? And so people have this narrative that they believe, you know? So I think we are part of the problem. I'm not pointing fingers today. I'm like, no.
It's us.
Ni fuego.
That's true.
Doc, if you want to touch in it, I was in Zambia. Every time I go, my nephew knows. So I got chelo and ganaria breakfast, right? But in the car, I'll buy two tenembalala and then water. And then people would ask me, and I'm always like very simple, sneakers or sleepers, jeans and t-shirt. Simple. And then somebody asked me, Winnie, why are you dressed like that? I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want me to be blinging, bling, bling? For what?
Yes.
This is me. And then so let's go. Where are we supposed to have a meeting here?
Exactly.
And you gotta be who you are, because I don't want to give people, especially the kids that I deal with. These are orphan children. I don't want them to look at me and then see I can't even afford it. I'm just gonna say it over here because this is what people think. I don't own a Louis Vuitton bag. You know why? Because I tell myself, the day I'm gonna own a Louis Vuitton bag, I should be able to put a 10 grand in my bag. As long as I don't have that in my bag, I'm not owning.
That's a very unfair statement, right there.
No, it's not unfair. That's her perception.
How she feels.
That's
because
how she
there's
feels
no
about
way
it.
Louis Vuitton bag it's a 2,200. That's my monthly rent money. So if I can't afford that every month, I have that in my bag. I'm not owning the bag until I can have 5 times of that. Then I'm owning a Louis Vuitton bag, and that's just me.
There you go.
Doctor, there's something that you said that made a lot of sense.
We have another guest.
A few years ago, there was
one moment. As soon as
okay, so there was a death in one of the communities. I'm not gonna say which one. So the misconception when we're taking pictures and we're sharing them on social media, we make sure that we wear the best dress and we're standing on a beautiful car and all these things. Now, when that person died and the relatives wanted the body to go back home, guess what? They were saying, we want that car. We want you to ship that car to us because my daughter left the car and that house, she had a 5-bedroom house, sell it and give us, because I'm sure she was telling the relatives, that's my car and that's my house. So in short, we sell ourselves to the people back home, and then we wonder why they actually ask for money in the actual amount of dollars. They don't say, can you send me some money? They say, can you send me $100? How do you say the actual amount when you don't even make that $100 yourself? But because we show them that we are able to do the $100 in, we talk, we say, so apanga naingira, ngana womba fe 3 hours, nala panga $200. You're talking to them. So obviously, what do? They are going to ask for money, and they'll say exactly how much they want.
Can I come in a little bit? For me, there's nothing wrong with, like Doc said, it's the way that we show ourselves, and stuff like that, right? If that's your lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
People just assume that you have money. My issue is, auntie, therefore I call $100 in jumbo business. now pay $100. Next week, in therefore, I go 200. Is those people that take advantage over and over and over. I'm not going to give you fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish. For me, that's the problem that I have. Do not take advantage, especially lately. You almost afraid to make friends with people. Hello. The next thing, you name for $50. For me,
Ero bara posha. Ngabalelo mba kuzambia. Hello.
that's my issue. Like,
Can I jump in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Finish.
Sorry, can you
I'm
introduce
not going
yourself
to-
before you start, Brother Henry Mazaila?
Let me
I have
finish.
to unmute.
Okay.
Priska wants to finish her statement first.
Priska, tafadhali kama interrupt.
Yes.
Okay, Priska Pwen.
So my thing is, if this is my lifestyle, you know what, Kwadi Chulile, there was a time that I could not even afford to get on a bus. Now today that I'm driving, I can afford to say, you know what, let me buy a new pair of shoes. You're almost afraid to say Nishten Sapato Shanyu because Uleshten Sapato Batifo Turinensala. We don't owe you our lives.
Yeah.
Henry, go ahead.
Thank you very much to everybody here.
Henry, I'm sorry.
And you people have brought a very good topic, which we need to be real to each other.
Right.
If we are not real to ourselves, we are lying to ourselves.
True.
There is nothing wrong to go on the nice building and take a picture.
Correct.
There is nothing wrong. Yeah, there is nothing wrong to dress nice. First, before you came to America, ourselves, we had the wrong picture of America like them. And mwalimu hapa mu America balelanga ba homeless ife balala mu musebo shani ba mtambisha na ku Africa mwana twali baba homeless kono kwali baba lombaisha bamiranga they'll show you Hollywood, nice Manhattan, Times Square with all the lights. Then they build a picture in you.
Yeah.
So when we came, we had that picture, me inclusive. And when we come, we want to fit in that kind of lifestyle, which we have already created in our minds. Be it we came for school, sometime mama light yala tupumfyanya, no kumona ma style, ne school tuwako onkele tualabako. After by start to follow chaka 600 a week, kunchito ya kufunfuna, ne school tualaba. And we ourselves, I'll speak about my experience.
Mufunse kumanyumba.
Shiri clear. Munje benga na bakilia. Mulengufwa.
No, we can hear you. We were just in and Priska to
Nalipite byashya kufunfuna ngana mbishati mulengufwa muletila sosa ichalo chile kumfwa. Okay. Number umfweni. I'll speak about my experience. I don't need anybody to tell me. When I came in America, I met my fellow Zambians and we were drinking. So I had to ask them, Mwana uchitenshi. Everybody told me an important good job which he does. Naba alestishen sapato banji vela tiba manager. So na ishire isango kutira ati ne uchitefia bupuba nine. Bonse bala chitefia mano. So eba ishire njibisha ati nga yo uchitenshi. I told them atao banena umfanenso nukumie beftion chita. Na la bombesha fena inembenga imwe. Pantu na mkwatefia mano efio mule chita ukuchiraine. We have to be real to ourselves. But I love it that they talk to me like that, because what they told me made me to work hard to see how I can be like them. And we ourselves, when somebody in Zambia calls you murekwata conversation, you're having a conversation, and they tell you, what do you do? I'm telling you, 3/4 you lie. Like
very successful. And that's the problem. That's the problem.
That over mbale.
Building castles in the
air. You know. Yeah. So now you give them this imagination, and for them asking you, it's not that they're supposed to ask you. You have already laid a platform. Some of the things we created ourselves, if we are real. I told my brother, I told him if you're not nati muntu wandiri naisa ndapita mu factory ndapita efya kufwalanga napenda naimyapa nayafuntula so alisa kana ndemona ati awe uyachite fino yachite fingayo kuti walaita shanifyo katuichishi kwakwata but ine panonge chiri muntu wandi shaishi bati furena kwata na social kunodi shakwata social evere social chinshi ufilio kwamba nombo kwamba kusambira life how you have now to navigate through. Yes. But before you navigate through, you have to start from somewhere, and that somewhere, that's what we don't tell our people. And now we lie. Kuria kwini obu fitu bepa nifotu bachitana invite kuti bale ipishati ka $100 ka $500 because we have lied. And the number ifotu for yokuti lati buri obu fitu landile nefe twala chita fipange suti. Now you start panicking yourself. When we neta ukwete no lwako stensa pato ule wambo kufumela kuti filiobu fiwa panga fipange suit. But the question is, we have to be real to ourselves, and we as givers. Like I'm pushing with Shisha Shiranyama.
I knew you were going to say that. The question.
Oh my God. Okay, before I'll let you continue. I just want to let our viewers know we are on time. However, to allow to extend because it's actually Wama. So we'll be here for another 10 minutes or so. All right. So just to let you all know. Thank you. Continue, sir.
Somebody said, if you're a giver, know your limit. Because the takers, they keep taking. Don't give what you don't have. And don't give when you don't have extra to give. Mufwayo kuipanga balesa. Bushelo tamwadi kwa imwe. Bale ikala shani. Because you want to take the position of God. Tell the people the truth. And give according to what you have. Inenga shikwete extra nshia mkunwa. Dirawo lumkwairo hanan. Luriyankwete bulanaya bombe lotuma piecework na pita masaka paso weto no musalo na shati oke olumbo nangu bana mwana tabechi bekuti na yano na tabechi benoko lufumini. So there is a contribution of the society where we have, because if you're showing up Africa and if you're tulanga tafionse fia bafie ifia wama ero na ifwe to aponena mo ero no kanala ande shinka. So ifionse tule pitamo fimo fia kuileterera elonga wa bebe fishinka tabasumina because bali fimona kale mu television na tefia bangefi na pela mkwai na mishi
Twatasha
Mkwai. There have been
there's something Uncle Henry said that really caught my mind. So the thing is, all of Vishala, I mean, very cool. Was to America, especially mu Manhattan, New York,
ready.
No. Like I was so. I have a problem. I can stand anything. I don't have a problem. But if you coffee garbage, fee, I'm in a bad winshi. Yamalesa, not the America, garbage, so. And no one cares talk about it. But the thing is, we have been, all of us have been deceived with the levels of success. I think that's what the problem is. We think being successful is driving the most latest car, paying the most highest bills. That's when you're successful. Rent, 10,000. We think that's wealth, you know. And the problem is we've been sold dreams in Hollywood. We've been sold the only way you're going to be happy, the only way you're going to be successful if you're wearing the nicest perfume. Don't get me wrong, I'm into business. But what I'm trying to say, we have been servicing, you know, we have been servicing a dream. That's not even our dream. You know, we've been put we've been put chasing
hamster wheel.
Chasing paper every day. Success. Because by now, believe me, if states could conquer my standards, me inclusive, we're very successful.
You gotta have this. That's it.
But the problem is, we haven't been taught to be content. And that's the problem with even our learning system, because you are told you can only be number 1. Number 10 is Sanapasa, but Nishapasa number 10. Sanapasa cut off point. So you understand what I'm trying to say? We don't have, we want to be highest, but highest in comparison to who? When are we going to be okay? When we become rich like Kanye, and then we're okay? Who says this is the richest? You get what I mean? Like we don't give ourselves a break.
Yeah.
We take as many jobs as we can take on. I used to do in Zambia, that is. I used to do about 4 jobs in Zambia. 4 jobs. And all those 4 jobs I did to sustain myself to come here. Believe me, I don't know when you guys were coming, but it's amazing. It's expensive now.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Matilda wants to say something.
I know, and I know you've extended a little bit more time, so I'll try to be very quick about this. So, by Henry and a lot of us, people who've spoken, have said, we are not telling the truth. But even when we do, people don't want to receive the truth. They don't want to accept it. I'm one person who finds building a castle in the air so draining, because you cannot maintain that foundation. Now standard 10 bedroom, my was that in 7 bedroom, it's exhausting. So I try to give people the real picture of who I am. For example, before I moved to Miami, we lived in a 2-bedroom house, 2-bedroom nika cottage. Some friends came to visit and they were disappointed, extremely disappointed that I lived in a small house. They were expecting a mansion. But I have some friends. They live in a mansion, but they work 7 jobs to maintain that. I went and visited a friend, Ekalamulichi, 2-bedroom house, 2-story, gorgeous. But you know what? It was in the fall. Quality talala. Lemba paka vumba, apa thermostat. Now watch they increase to this 1 degree. Walasha this amount of money.
Oh my God.
If you increase to this, Walasha this amount, I'm like, I love my little house. I can
uyewalechera mumpoto ati supu ipereri apa ilo tarafuma iyo system iyo awo lekeni ndande finde yanokuya lekeni ndande the point is chimonde
but people don't want to accept that. Even when we tell the people at home, they'll be so disappointed. So they don't understand. But even when you try to be honest and tell the truth, they don't want to hear it. So what are you supposed to do or say?
My dear sisters, my namesake and Mainga, and our viewers. But listen, American system is so beautiful and good. Despite what kind of work you do, you sustain yourself and you can get all that you want. Mm-hmm. That's why this place is a place of opportunities. It's up to you which ladder and which route you want to take. America can make you or break you. It can bless you or bring you down. Despite all that we have said, it's a beautiful place where you can make money and do the good thing you want to do, provided you are on the legal side. And the system is made in such a way that ube niweka pianga wa musebo, ube niweka popa wa malata, ube opange mipika, ube niwe pasta, ube nishani, ikakusumbula, provided you are on the legal side and you are obeying the laws and the rules. That's why na ifufewa pianga musebo kuti mwamuna ni mfala na tai data because system vali panga elo ila bomba elo elo nyanga mwanje bati bwelera ku Zambia
amulinganya
ikwato mulinganya epo na because tatuamiche discourage ati muikesa iyo mukese but ilio muleisa mukese na muipekanya. Come ready. Don't have that misconception of what we have seen on movies, on television. What we are trying to do here, we are trying to open you up so that you know that it's not just you coming and everything, boom, heaven.
Overnight.
No, there are procedures and there are laws to follow and there are stuff you need to have. So do your homework, do the research. Some of us, we did this little research, but when we came in, we inena landa dating wa mepe matebo na aliwe mepe matebo mu restaurant na dijala na fuala na udio mwingira mufuala uli. I'll share the pictures na disunga na mapicture na you need to know how to humble yourself, start from somewhere, obey the laws, and America will give you honey.
Yeah.
Epo na pera mkwae.
Before you leave, don't leave just yet, unless your house is on fire. But if you don't have to leave, don't leave. I want in the comments, you know, people are sharing comments. They're telling us what they think. They're chiming in. So I would really hate for us to, if you guys want us to stay until 30 minutes after the hour, we can do that, because there's one more video that I want to show you guys that was sent in by one of our Insaka family. So here it is.
Hello, Victor Kundamwawa here, part of the Chicago Zambian community. Thanks a lot for inviting me to Insaka. I wanted to lend my voice to the dialogue surrounding misconceptions of living in the diaspora. A lot of times, there's a view, especially in political circles, that states that Zambians who live in the diaspora are not as patriotic as Zambians who live in Zambia. In as much as Zambians who live in the diaspora have voted with their feet, they've gone to another country as economic refugees, we still do have love for the country. And in many cases, we go to seek economic prosperity because we love Zambia, because we love the people in Zambia, because we love our siblings and families in Zambia. So the idea of having somebody choose between their country of birth and the country of origin is actually a false choice. And if I have to make that choice, I choose both. I love both. The second misconception I would like to discuss is the idea that life is easy in the diaspora. Actually, there's two extremes. Some people think life is really, really easy in the diaspora, and there are some people who think life is extremely difficult in the diaspora. But I think it's a little of both. At the end of the day, in the diaspora, one has to earn every penny that they have. And sometimes it gets really, really difficult. And so it takes a lot more effort to make money. So I think the people in Zambia should be a little more patient, a little more understanding. And it's not easy to explain to them how life is in the United States or in Europe or in Australia. But at the end of the day, they have to assume we have the best intent of the country. And when things get tough, they should pray for us. And when we get a breakthrough, we're going to pay it back. So God bless the Republic of Zambia. Bye-bye now.
All right. So, you know, that's another take, right? If somebody takes the time to do that, we want to make sure that we give them a chance and a voice here on Insaka. Okay, guys, not Kwatama comments, and I would like us to engage also the people that are following us on social media from Facebook. For example, this one here, commenting from Facebook says, the first time I saw a rat in the house here in America, when I just came, I became Spider-Man. I on top of the wall and told my daughter back home, whispering, "Not in my village, people have followed me." That's funny,
That's funny. Nelly, there was another comment from your husband that was very, very profound. Can you find it, please?
Anthony Bartholomew, where are you? Okay, here we go. It says most of the time our relatives back home don't know what we do for work. They just know we are in America and there's a lot of money there. Try asking your relatives what you do for work and see what their answers will be.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mm.
For me, abampapusha nimele bakho bathi bakulomba nshikwete 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 iwe yonse ukwata ngawe yonse nishilombela. I don't have extra for you, but you also
Nawe ukulomba kusuma bonse naye fulo twali kuzambe twali lomba ichabipa imilombele ukulomba kusuma but imilombele eya bipa elo chimbi na chimbi ababa lomba na bafire bayishiba kutila ati kuno ku America fwe bayisa ilinge bayendu musomani ba teacher balafunda mama nelingire tatuishwa nefya kuingiramo. Some of us we have ended up doing stupid courses yago tetakasangene chito because takwali watu fundiro watu ebelati ambira apa so kumona fati yo kunonga wasambira fila babwino nga wasambira finshi wali befi chito fimo nga wayamo usanga baba ikatira bali fikatirira so as him as an educator, as a professor, it's also very important we in the diaspora that we have people who knows my areas, which sectors to shaba open yamte wapwafye mailobale kuluira. Kambi tuwalipule vikosi shai ukuya mutachi kosati coding shajishwa mkutisha mtu bantu wate kusambira na lipira no rupia na nomba coding ati yo health system yamu American shaishima bale mpele kuna kona okay kula ajita memora melesa anyway na pela mbani
I was just something what Henry just say and this since Henry the Dr. Henry is here I think we can have a show maybe one of these days where it's just about education because it's very true. We lack knowledge and then everybody wants to do what you want, what they want. The only thing that they tell us when you come from here, when you're in health, you make money. I thank you for the nurses and the doctors and people in the health industry. Great for what you guys doing. But there are people like Winnie Msonda. I don't like it. But I want people like what Henry's saying is true. We want people who've been there and just tell us the truth. If I love fashion, if I love children, that's why myself, I mean the children. If somebody asks me what I deal with children, and I love children because that's my passion. Because when I'm doing it, I am happy doing it. I never complain. Even if I do 100 kids at work, I come home, I deal with my kids, and I call my nonprofit kids. I am okay 24/7. I'm ever happy. I'm never stressed. But when I get out, being in the element and the health, because I want to make quick money, and there's a need because it's not my passion. So we have this conversation someday where we can bring people who are in education, but in the health, about Doc here and Henry, you guys who are doing different. Nelly, she's the Microsoft. This girl, she's doing the computer all day long. People in the IT, we don't think because all they tell us, you want to make quick money. Yes, quick money is good, but do something. That's what God said too. When you do your job, you're working for the master, not the master. You'll be able to do something that you love. So this will be a good topic for the next time. So that way we don't just get stressed out and
yes.
You know, I have a funny story that I wanted to share earlier, but I'll seal it now. This same thing that we say, people when they are coming from Africa, they don't know, you know, they have a misconception about what Africa, you know, what America has to offer. So in my case, when I first came here, I was by myself. So I was very lonely. So I just wanted my family to come. I didn't explain to them that this is how America is and stuff. So my brothers came, both of them at the same time. You know, I gave them a very good welcome, and they had everything laid out. I bought clothes for them. They didn't have to do anything. They were changing every day. And in their head, this is America. So me and my sister were working every day. We come back from work, They've been drinking the whole day.
Hey.
I'm playing music the whole day. Immediately we walk in, what are we going to eat? I'm like, dude, you've been home the whole day. I've been working. Even even in Zambia, we don't hang out in the kitchen. Blah blah blah. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. They got drunk. They fought. Fighting, blood, fighting until yeah. So I'm at work. My sister calls me. Erin, your brothers are fighting. I had to take off. Got home. There was a police guarding my younger brother, and the other police was guarding my other brother. And then they said the other one has been cut, and then we're gonna take him to the hospital. But we wanted to know who's gonna press charges. Are you going to press charges? My brother says no. Are you gonna press charges? No. Well, we have to take this one to the hospital. They went after Apola. Man, how am I gonna punish these boys? I had a friend who had a moving company. So I said, guys, you have to work. No problem. We have to work. We have to work. I gave them the hardest job in America to work. The first job they did, they only did 1 day. Who doesn't know Mavindila? Whole week they could not because the guy was lifting, like sofas, not through the elevator, in the stairs, like the third floor. They came back and they said, Irene, please find another job. Right now, as I'm talking, they all have beautiful jobs. One is a nurse and the other one works for CDC. They always say thank you every day. That's the punishment to tell them when they come here, give them a job that they can fire themselves in 1 day.
Nelly, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
I think the reason why I emphasize the history of this idea, if you are Kuba dependent, if you go back, Akaribale from Sakuma cities, and there was a demand of Makumush. So that demand just has continued to shift. So I think that's why I was talking about the mindset.
Yeah.
There's nothing different from the request that used to come from Makumushi to the requests. So please don't make this about America. This is just about posturing. It's a posturing. It's not about America. It's the same thing. It's just changed its form. And so I think we need to really go to the roots. And part of it is also our culture. We need to be honest that we have cultures that are not as pretty as we thought they were in some areas. In terms of worldview. And so this is not about America, ladies and gentlemen. This is about our way, whether it's Zambia. Remember what used to happen. My family moved to Mozambique when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And it was war-torn Mozambique. You're sitting there going.
Expectations. It's true. Mozambique. Bata ni Zimbabwe.
I
have a friend who does that. When her family asks for mark powder and all the things they want to ask, she'll bring them. In Africa, when she comes back, she will actually travel back and send to Minenko Bunga, 10 kg. Therefore, and when they complain, said, I didn't complain. I sent it to you. And therefore, kachoma milling 10 kg mwala longa. And I want this and this mwala tuma. And now they have that relationship. It's established. They want something from her. She's expecting something from them.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, Matilda. And I want to stress this for those of you that are watching from the motherland, right? In as much as Mulefaya, Shtilenko handbagi, muntu minekwensa pato. You want us to do all of these things for you. Can you also remember we talked about food earlier in the show and how some of us really came to appreciate Zambian food being here. Now, if I'm to mina kwa kapenta. Send something too. It's the same thing that Dr. Henry Soma just talked about here regarding abakumushi. Muaisa, or is it Mazaila? You're coming from the village. Bring what you can bring, what you can actually have. It's about the heart of reciprocation.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you this. When I went to Zambia on my campaign, when I wanted to stand as an MPO, people know what I want going to what transpired. What transpired. You know, everybody wanted a bite from me. And one woman touched me. She has no legs. But Balavila, she's crippled. Up to now, I'm still in touch with that woman. You see, among all the people who are coming to me, because she sews, but in Bilile Shati. Ilwe Shati, if in India, na chepa, but not if you look report and I be come now. You know, I'm talking about the heart. Then I said, this woman, she's crippled.
Yeah.
And of everything, Nabambile Shatat, when I say Yenu Shai Shiva, but in a ripima mule monekanati, Baona the boy kutia miringa. So Ishati dinari midida. Do you know that I said of all these people back waiting nobody has come to me to offer one fire, but to ampele shot. I was like, up to now, I'm still in touch with that woman, and we talk. You know, that's what we are talking about. Learn how to invest. Na umaba nakashinango mu relationship tekutiro mwa umyale kupera fi. Limo washita kufena nkape fumu aka nono. Filia wayafukunya palia wafukula nombele nomba twaisa fumye finga to you the kamulange. Ashira ka perfume. Ero nomba na isa ko stilo pili bukere muri chima cities. Mule if you tulelanda tafe apply kuli abantu. Should start apply na my relationship. Learn to take one part. Somebody. It has to transition.
Hallelujah to that.
But in a different aspect.
Right.
Sorry, let me read this comment here. It makes me sad. It breaks me to the core.
Okay.
You know, W. Ed says, good luck with that one. I literally send money before I travel for them to buy food to eat while I'm there.
Wow.
You know, awe muleke. You know, this is the reason why some people cut off. There's a brother who disappeared, y'all, kunoko America. By Shiva family, by Satumana missing reports.
Yes.
Atari Ruva, Tatuamu for 2 years. You know what he did? He moved, he changed numbers, and he decided, you know, because this is the reason why somebody would cut off their family. Why would I have to send you money for food? You
know, the funny thing is that gifts from Zambia are so cheap. You can send me a baseball cap that says Zambia. I'll appreciate it. You can send me a scarf that says Zambia. I'll appreciate it because I'll wear it in the winter time. Or imam lewele la moku Chicago ntuminenko mwana wandi akasote or something like that. We don't expect you to buy the carpenters and the fish and stuff. We know like the economy is bad, but just one little thing. There are those bracelets that says Zambia. You can do that. But and there was another comment that said, if you want to carpenter and fish from Zambia, they will say too many impia.
Yeah.
So that I can go and buy it.
For you, yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
The same thing you say, me and Priska, we are talking the other day. I was talking to Priska, and then I want to go and kumposha shani these days.
Yeah.
There are some people when they call me, they say Mulishani, I know what's next.
Exactly.
I know what's next. Mulishani, got a problem. No, I have my problem too.
Exactly.
You just say Nick what the problem because you're saying hi. If I'm saying hi to you, you're my family, you're my friend. It's different. I will say hi to you. Not only when you want something from me. You can say hi to me any day 24/7. But to catch my omlishani, in the shasu.
Yeah,
Someone scolded me for not having money. It was a very weird story. This person said they had a funeral. I said my condolences. Quickly went to me a message. And this person was getting angry that I didn't have money. And I was like, look, right now, I'm for $10 in my account. Ati yo yine kuti tuakana. Emkuti mwali lave pe mwikala where you are from. In Zambia and Africa where we live, we share. Whatever we have, we share. And so on. I said, look, even if I'm going to share, for me to send that $10, I need to have extra. And there's no way. This person actually went into a lecture. I had to stop and say, wait, hold on. Christian, Zambian, very American, very ghetto. But you can't speak to me like that. If I don't have money,
can I tell you what I've learned? Can I tell you what I've learned?
No,
When you are a giver,
We can't see you, you're black.
because naingira mukichinofa umonefe bamjibira ati nyole ojesabi.
Be honest.
Okay.
thank you.
Mwamona limbi imyafirishishe inena alisangirwa kutira. I found that some of us, we are abantu bamwe ababibepa nango bomusango kutira ati balechula era balefa kuti mubafirishe limoli tulaitipa fwe bafirishe. You know, some people have done some terrible stuff. Now God wants to punish them to go back to him. So it takes out what they had. So guys, resistance mukulomba. So I want to finish one book fumene mpia shobe wa walaksta block wiu ya kwalesa. Ukutira babe hambo babwelele. Echo mwalimu na bamwatu wabafirisha impia shambo kushupo kwisa kuliwe itumba lyaba vedi atulika. But you did the charitable thing. Limo mule kwata discernment.
That's true.
Nango kuri revolution mwalimu na kwati mwa mupero olupiero yofya kushupa but bambinga wa pero olupia nango lepera no mutima. Era nombe chatulika no tuma contract ita wako etuambo kwisa. So sometimes it's not just giving that somebody asked. And please answer even the poor people's phone calls, because they say a poor man's phone call is always mistaken for begging. But it's a Beyonce. But me
Sorry, Nalami Putula. We have a comment here that we're going to read from Angelina Stephen, one of our first Insaka family members. She's been there through thick and thin with us. Some people were lucky. I landed at the airport only to receive my house rent back that the fellow students can't accommodate someone from another country. I was the only Zambian female student throughout my MBA studies. Well, thank God I saved enough, as I was a self-sponsored student in the Bay Area, California. It's good to invest in yourself and be self-sufficient. I have always been a believer of financial education and having an open mind.
That's good.
Yeah, that's great advice. Guys, we've come to the end of the show. Before we hang up, I would love for us to please say happy birthday to my mom, Reverend Dr. Naomi Sengewila. Today is her birthday, November 13th. It's a really hard day because exactly yesterday was when Grandma passed away, her mother. So we prepared this for you, Mom, from Insaka. All right. So from all of us at Insaka, can we just say 1, 2, 3?
Happy birthday
Thank
Happy
you
birthday.
so much. And for every one of you that has been a guest on the show today, I know Mainga is having video issues right now. We appreciate your time. We know there's so much that you could be doing on a Sunday. For those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, thank you. We appreciate and love you so much. So from all of us at Insaka, have a blessed Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.